Well, welcome to Attingham Park. As we wake up into the month of March, which means we need to draw all our modifiers. So we will get our random number generator up and generate a number for the economic and weather conditions. So let's get that up, generate the number, which is the number 7. Let's have a look and see what number 7 brings us. So we can change the economic conditions to easy. The weather conditions will just play as normal, and that's very good for us. So we go into some good money generating potential. Right, so the next thing we need to do is our random generator for our yearly modifier, and let's just see where we go there. So random number 3. Let's have a look and see what number 3 comes up. So bovine TB infects your herd. Sell 50% of your cattle and repurchase new stock. Must purchase fully grown stock. Duration not applicable. The punishment if you can't do it is if you are unable to purchase the same amount of stock, deduct 1,000 for each head not purchased at the end of the game. So that's if you don't have enough money after you've sold the stock. Right, so now we need to generate our daily modifier, which still applies. So we generate the number 1, and let's see what the number 1 does for us. Right, so we need a sleep at our next sleep, so we need a sleep in, so we can only wake up at in March, April, we can only wake up at 9 o'clock. So let's first of all get rid of any of last month's modifiers, so that we have to take out the subsidization because that has now been complete, and we'll leave our £50. We'll pay our £50 again this month to utilize the forklift because we've still got quite a bit, in fact, silage still to go into the BGA. Right, so that's all looking good. Pretty good draw for us for this month as we start this year. We don't have any cattle, so that doesn't affect us. We've gone on to economic difficulty of easy mode, which will change from normal, so that's good news, although I would prefer it sometime when we've really got more stuff to sell, but we cannot complain. Right, let's just go and fill up the BGA now. I think let's get going on our daily work. So what we'll do is we'll just fill up the BGA and then we'll go and check up on the sheep, see how they're doing. We'll have a look and see if we've got any contracts that we can do to generate a bit of extra money. We're only sitting on about 9,000, so we've got a reasonable amount from the BGA overnight. Not too bad. That'll keep on generating throughout the day as well, but I think we need to, in the not too distant future, do a couple of contracts just to boost the money so we can buy a little bit more equipment. Right, so I'll just put this onto a bit of a time lapse and we'll fill that up, and once it's full, we'll head on up to the sheep pen and see what's happening there. I don't think we should have to get any more feed for them or water today, maybe at the end of the day, but I wouldn't think so. We should be okay for today. Right, so that's that done. Let's go and jump in the tractor, and as I've said a couple of times already, we'll head up to the sheep. Well, I'm looking forward to this year. It's easy conditions, so we should get some good contract prices. Hopefully there will be some contracts available. If there's not, we'll have to make another plan for today. Let's first of all have a look and see where we are. What a glorious, glorious morning it is. The sun just about getting up there. Well, the animals are right, they're still there. Let's jump out and go and see what we have, if we need anything. So yeah, we still got plenty of food, plenty of water. Yeah, we shouldn't be too much of a problem. Sometime during the day we'll also have to lime this field and perhaps even make a field, just depending on what happens. But first of all, let's go and see if we can find a contract. Let's call that up. Currently no contract. Would you believe it? Just when we need a nice big contract, we can't get one. Okay, we'll go and lease a plough. We'll plough part of this field up to make a field. Not sure what we'll plant yet, we'll check that up, but can't sit around doing nothing, so let's get a part of this field converted into an arable field. We'll leave quite a bit of it still as grass so that we can continue to feed the sheep, hopefully increase that flock size. Right, so we got this lovely tractor. We've marked out the field that we are converting, and we've run into a bit of a problem. So this tractor seems to be slipping quite a bit while it's pulling this. I'm sure I checked the horsepower. We should have, it was a bit touch and go, but as you can see there, we just slipping and trying to get traction. And we need a bit of a front weight on this as well, but we'll try and finish this off. So it's really heavy going, only 4 miles an hour. We should be getting up to 6-7 miles an hour. Yeah, see, once we've got to the top of that little hill, we're going a little bit more freely, getting up to 6. But in case, I like this plough. It'll get done. We don't have an awfully big area to plough up, so we'll stick with it for now. So, oh, there we go, and back down to 4 again. As soon as there's even a slight incline, I'm sure we had enough horsepower to pull this. It's probably only just had enough horsepower, and because of the undulations it's creating a bit of a problem. We'll check it up once we get to the end of this little area. Let's go and have a look quickly. Let's have a see. So I think this is a 190 horsepower tractor. Yeah, 190 horsepower. And the plough I thought required 170. It requires 180. So yes, there's probably not a lot in it. There's still 10 horsepower to spare. So it's probably a traction issue as much as anything else. So when we get back to the store, we'll get a front weight as well, which we should have had. I didn't think of it at the time. Let's just finish off this field, and then we'll pop up back to the store and we'll go and get something to spread lime, and we'll get a planter. And I'm guessing we'll have to spread lime on this field as well, so I'm sure the pH level was in the red when last I checked. Well, yeah, that's just about done. We managed to get through it. Let's get this plough back to the store, and we'll pick up a front weight. Right. I want something that can hook a trailer as well. That John Deere one looks right. It's 900 kilos, maybe a little bit heavier than that. Is anything a bit heavier than that? Class 1, 900 to 1,500 kgs. 900 is probably help a bit as well. It's not a... Yeah, we'll get that. So what can we afford in terms of... So it's not a very big field, so I think we can get away with this smallish lime spreader. We'll lease that as well, so that shouldn't cost too much. And then we'll get some lime, get this back to the field and spread a bit of lime. We'll probably have to come back to get some more lime, as fields tend to take a bit of lime, quite a bit of lime the first time you lime them, especially if the lime requirement is in the red, or the pH requirement is in the red. Put the spraying sheet on so that you get a slightly bigger width. 18 meters, that'll do. As I said, it's not big, and we'll line the grass field as well. Let's put the extension on, and we'll go and pick up, buy some lime, just buy one to start with. If it does the whole field, I might reevaluate whether we need to do the grass field, whether to spend the money on the grass field or not. But if it doesn't do the whole field, then I think I'll do the grass field. I don't think we can mess around too much on the yields. Try and get as much as we can out of this field to start with. So let's hook that up, fill it up, and then we'll head on back to the field and go and spread said lime. So I'm not sure what we can plant. I still haven't looked, but my feeling is probably going to be something like oats. Once again, my famous driving skills just clip the spreader. Got to put my mark on things, you know. Never changes. Doesn't matter which scenario I'm playing. I always tend to clip things. Can't remember what the... So that's 2,000 litres of lime. I think this was 1,800. So I think there might be a bit of lime left over. But we'll need to... my feeling is we're going to have to come back for some more lime. We'll see. We'll see you back at the field and get spreading. This lime always goes really, really quickly. It's turning out into a nice sunny day. I normally prefer a little bit of overcast conditions when I'm spreading lime and fertilizer. Even a little bit of drizzle sometimes so that it can soak into the ground. But we deal with what we have. Put that onto a bit of a time lapse. Get going. Are we going to make it? No, we've run out. So we'll head on back to the... I think I'll drop this off here and then I'll bring back... I'll get more than enough lime. We're sitting on 7 grand, so we can buy a little bit, and then we've got all those seeds that we had to buy early on. So we'll lease a trailer, bring that back as well. So let's head on back to the... Right, so let's look at the trailers that we've got. I think we'll go into the loader section and see what we've got here. We need something reasonably cheap to lease and easy to load. I think there's only really one option, so we'll get that leased and we'll start loading up. Let's get some more lime. I think we get 4 bags of lime. That should do the rest of the arable field and the grass field with some to spare. We'll keep that some in stock, and then we'll load those seeds up as well. And I think there was a little bit left over from the last lime purchase as well. So get all that onto the trailer and then we'll head up back to the field. So we'll just load that up and we'll see once it's loaded up. Let's get that all hitched up and we'll be on our way. Let's put some straps on. Oh, looks like something's fallen over down the other side there. Let's have a look. Yeah, it looks like it's fallen over, but that's strapped on. We'll take a chance. Hopefully we don't get stuck anywhere with it. I think it's a fertilizer bag. Fallen on its side and been held up by the straps. But my feeling is it'll take a lot to get that all organised. There we are back at the field. Let's park this up. We'll go and hitch up the fertilizer spreader or the lime spreader. And looks like a bag of seeds actually that fell over. and finish off this field and the grass field. Right, so basically we've got a small arable field which should generate some sort of income. We'll still concentrate in these early hours on doing some contracts as we progress in spring and summertime, so that we can generate some income, get another field, make that fully arable. I think this little bit of grass that we'll have on this field here will be okay for the sheep now and for our grass requirements for the foreseeable future. But we need to get some other farming going, maybe some more animals, some cattle, and maybe the next thing we should look at actually is chickens, get some chickens going. But we're going to plant oats, so I think we're going to plant oats. I don't think we can plant wheat at this point in time, and I want to get something planted today, unless of course we can get a contract, but I don't think so. Right, let's get this finished. It's a nice little spreader, this, actually, for the price. Does a reasonable job on smallish fields. The fields are, it's a big mix of fields on this map, so I suppose somewhere along the line we'll have to decide whether we're going to go with small fields or bigger fields, or maybe a spread. But those are problems for the future. Let's get this done first, and perhaps get it planted up as well. Yeah, so we're going to have some stocks left over, so we'll have some lime stock, certainly have seed stock. We've seed stock for quite a while, and I think it's going to take too much seed to plant the oats in this field. Let's just offload this trailer so we can get it back so we don't have to pay any more. Yeah, that's just about done. Right, we've got the last one coming up now. So we've got the seeds in one little area and the lime in the other area. So let's have a look and see what we can plant. So we're in March, so we can plant oats, sunflower, sugar beet, grapes. I will stick with oats. Let's go and get a seeder. I don't think we'll be able to get a seeder that can do fertilizer at the same time, so we'll fertilize most probably in the next month. We'll get this all in first, get the seed in first, and yeah, that'll do. So hook it up and get back to the field. It's a reasonable width, but once again, as I say, it's not a huge field, so it's not going to take a tremendously long time. When we are getting for evening, the night will start coming in pretty soon, so I'm not sure we'll be able to get much more done besides the seeding. Then we'll see how much fertilizer, and I don't think there'll be any weeds to be done because we ploughed, so there's probably no weeding to be done for this season, but we certainly will have to fertilize. Right, let's get this all loaded up and get going. Yeah, so I've decided to do oats. It's the only thing I can really do. I suppose I could do sunflower, but that'll... No, I just think oats will be better because I think we can get... I think we can get straw off oats. So we'll be able to get the crop and some straw. We have to decide whether we keep the straw or not, if we're going to do cattle. Really very undecided on the animals that I'm going to run. I think we need to do some contracting first to build up a bit of a pool of money, see how quickly we can build it up, and then make some decisions on what needs to be done, whether we put in some small animal pens on this field or get another field. My feeling is we get another field before we go on too big on the animal side. Let's get the arable going first, and then we can think about the animals. But we'll see. We've still got to find some contracts. There haven't been any contracts available for a couple of months now. So we'll leave the rest of this on a time lapse, and we'll see you after it's done. Right, we're getting towards the end of the planting phase, also getting towards the end of the day. And it's gone fairly smoothly on the planting. Not a tremendous width, but as I said, a small field, so not too many problems. It's been a lovely sunset. Can't complain about that. And I think that's just about done. Yep. Just going to offload this. We'll still got a fair amount of seed left, so we'll get that offloaded as well. And then I think that's just about the end of the day. We'll just go and get that returned. We'll go and top up the BGA and call it a night. Well, a very eventful day. We've gone through all the draws, worked out really well for us. We've made a field, planted a field, limed the rest of the grass field. So a very productive day. Thank you very much for watching. As usual, please like and subscribe. And in the next episode we'll really try and get going on some contracts. Hopefully there'll be some available. We'll also have to fertilize the field that we have done. Maybe put a fertilizer on the grass as well if needs be. But we'll sort that out tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. Please join me for the next episode. Cheerio.